Hey guys, Demolish134 here, and today we are taking a look at the Transformers Prime, Cyberverse, Predacons Rising, Optimus Prime and Predaking 2-pack. Now, I picked this set up from my local Tesco's for about $15.99. It's the first time I've seen these new Predacon Rising toys actually on the shelves. Normally, my area is rubbish for getting new stuff in. We've had the RID Wave 1 toys in there for ages now. So this is actually the first time I have seen any new stuff in Tesco, so I just sort of bit the bullet and got these guys. And honestly, I'm having a little bit of buyer's remorse. They are really subpar repaints of the original figures. The molds aren't bad, but the paint schemes really do not do these guys any sort of justice. Now let me explain what I mean by that. All I'm saying is that the colour schemes are very dull in comparison to the original figures. I mean, the original Optimus Prime figure, it was really nice, vibrant red, it had some nice blue on it, and this has just been replaced with some really boring looking bluish plastic. We've got the Elite Guard sort of Autobot symbol there. I mean, it's not really Elite Guard, honestly. It just, I mean, even this red, the red sort of looks like knockoff plastic as well. The colours really are not good on these guys. I mean, Predaking is probably the worst for it. Why on earth did they combine purple with red, or what looks to be orange? It's sort of an orangey red. It makes no sense. It looks completely random, and honestly, the mould isn't good enough to redeem it. Now, I'm going to start off with Optimus, because he is actually my favourite out of the two. So let's get started, shall we? Now, as you can see, Optimus is in his new Beast Hunter's form, the big beefy looking truck, and in truck mode he looks pretty good. I mean I can't really pick fault too much with the truck mode besides the colours. For a Cyberverse toy, this guy is solid, and he functions really well. He rolls well, he's got some weapons. We've got the sword just here, which looks like the Star Saber. We also have just a random missile launcher, which is just a push fire. Sort of, and it doesn't even work really. So there are the weapons. Not really too much to talk about there. As for the actual truck mode itself, we've got some painted wheels in there. The wheels look kind of cool. I like the way they are. Nice silver on the back here, so that's good. That's the one thing the original didn't have, I believe. Silver painted smokestacks. But then, as we get to the front, we get more of this really dull blue, sort of grey plastic. We've got some Allspark blue in there, which is actually kind of cool. We've got some red windows, and then we just have the regular flat, just blue. So, not really, he's not really much of a looker in terms of colours, but the mould itself is actually quite decent. The transformation for a Cyberverse figure is actually quite complicated. What you're going to do is we're going to come around here, unpeg this back section here, and just sort of fold this piece out, split this whole section, and flip out his feet just from the bottom here, like so. Take these silver panels and just rotate them on the inside of his leg. Do the same on the other side. That one's actually very tight on mine for some reason. Then what we're going to do is we're going to come up here, split this sort of cab section here, like so. Then make sure this is all straightened up. Then we're actually going to take this and we're going to rotate it around like that, and this is where it really starts to go wrong, to be honest. It's very messy, that part of the transformation. Anyway, once we've done that, flip up the head, take these little pegs here, and there's some little holes. They will just peg in, and they don't really hold very well, but you have to sort of wedge them in there. And there we have his torso. Then it's just a matter of rotating his arms out, and we just zoom out a little bit here. Then unpeg the arms from the sides, rotate them around, do the same on the other side, rotate the arms around, and there is Predacons Rising Optimus in his robot mode. Now, I've got to say, as a mould, he pulls off the robot mode really well. The figure, he looks bulky, he looks beefy, he's actually a reasonable size for a Cyberverse figure, he's actually quite tall. So, robot mode, in terms of mould, is pretty damn good. I can't really complain about that. Again, it's just the colours. He's got sort of the reverse Optimus colour scheme. Obviously, he's got the blue torso, red legs, when it should be red torso, blue legs. Weapons, he can hold them. So we'll just stick that in his hand there, take the sword, stick that in his hand, and yeah, there is Optimus Prime. Not really much I can really say about this guy. Articulation is decent for a Cyberverse toy. We've got a ball joint up at the shoulder here, ball jointed elbow, can bend in and out, no wrist articulation, no waist articulation, ball jointed hips, bend at the knee, and the feet do pivot. Now, despite my complaints about the paint on the two figures, the head sculpts are done pretty damn well. I do like Optimus with a gold faceplate, that does look quite cool, and he's got some awesome blue eyes in there, so that's pretty good. But that is it for Optimus. Now let's focus on Predaking. I'm not a huge fan of this mould or the colour scheme. In fact, honestly, I just think this is a bad toy. Basically, my biggest problem in the Beast mode is these back legs. They are absolutely useless and tiny, and yeah, when you have his front legs out, he can't actually put his back legs on the floor. The only way you can do that is by folding up these front legs so it looks like that, and that looks absolutely retarded. I'm sorry, but it looks so stupid. I mean, he's supposed to be a big threatening dragon, and he's got to crawl. That is really... It's not... I mean, if these back legs could just rotate back just a little bit, but they can't, they don't really move. I mean, they can move in and out for some reason, I don't know why, but they can't move back. If they could move back just a little bit, then it would be better, but... I mean, I like to have Predaking like this, like, sort of stretched out, standing up. So, that's my biggest problem with the vehicle mode, or the beast mode. Other than that, I mean, the tail, I mean, that's pretty much what you would expect from a Cyberverse toy. The tail also doubles as his gun, which, once again, is a push fire, which actually works, and I have no idea where that's just gone. I can't be bothered to go and get it. Paint apps, we've got some gold on the legs here, we've got the red, sort of orangey colour on there. Purple wings for some reason, and purple legs. Honestly, the colours just don't really go that well. Transformation on Predaking is pretty straightforward. What we're going to do is going to come around to the back here, unpeg the leg section just here and split them, fold out his feet, just like that. Then we're going to come around to the arms here, just flip up the hand there, and then rotate his forearm, do the same on the other side. Come around to the back here, we're going to take the beast head and just sort of fold it off to the back, split his head, which is weird in itself, and then just sort of angle the head sections behind the wings just there. Then rotate around his robot mode head, and there is Predaking in his robot mode. Now, I will say he pulls off the robot mode a great deal better than the vehicle mode. He does look just like a fairly solid representation of Predaking besides the colours. As for the weapons, he can hold his gun in either hand. Unfortunately, I haven't found any way to actually store the gun on his back in any way, so yeah, you can't really do that. But there is Predaking. These wings on the back here, you can do what you want with them. You can sort of stick them up like that, so it's sort of like a freaking angel or something, an angel of death. The actual face pieces are on ball joints, so you can maneuver them however you see fit. I mean, you can actually, there are ways that you can actually lift this up and sort of disguise the fact that he's got robot heads there. So you can have the wings like that, and then you can sort of disguise the whole head assembly. So you can do what you want with the wings, really. I mean, that's kind of cool. Head sculpt isn't too bad, if it's going to focus. It's a fairly decent representation of Predaking for a Cyberverse figure. Nice Predacon symbol on the shoulder there. We've got some paint detailing in the torso. We've got some gold, more purple. Moulded detailing is actually really good on this toy. I really do like the wings, I've got to say that. Gun is fairly nicely moulded. So, robot mode for Predaking isn't too bad. Here they are side by side, so you can get a look at them. You can see Optimus is a bit taller than Predaking, but obviously Predaking has got the huge wingspan for him. Honestly, this set, besides the paint, the molds aren't bad, but if you can, get the originals. You're not going to miss a lot with this set. I really don't. I wish I didn't spend £15 on this, but you know, no going back now. The receipt's gone. But yeah, there they are. They are what they are. They are repaints, and that's pretty much what you'd expect from Hasbro now. For some reason, many times when I've bought a repaint of a Hasbro toy, the quality has really deteriorated since the original. I'm trying to think of an example. Oh, I know. Beast Hunter's Vertebrake, which was a repaint of the Beast Hunter's Laserback, also in the Prime line. Compared to Laserback, Vertebrake was horrible. I mean, he had loose joints, the head kept falling off. In fact, I've actually broken that toy more than once. I've had to super glue it. So it just, I don't know whether I'm just getting bad luck with repaints or what, but I'm going to try and avoid them from now on. But there they are. Cyberverse, Predacons Rising, Optimus Prime and Predaking.